The Cowboys could be making moves at wide receiver this offseason. Jerry Jones telling Clarence Hill Jr. he has the same interest in Odell Beckham Jr. as he did during the season. Yesterday, during a Des Bryant live stream, DeAndre Hopkins made an appearance, telling Dallas, quote, "I keep hearing y'all say my name around here. What's up? Talk to me." All right, Shannon, do you see either OBJ or DeAndre becoming a Cowboy next season?
Well, all things being equal, DeAndre Hopkins is the better receiver. He's the healthier of the receivers, and he's been the most productive of the receivers. Although he was only limited to 9 games last year, he still had 64 receptions for 717 yards. You extrapolate that over a 17-game season, 17 games, 7 catches per game. That's almost 120 catches per game. He's going to be well over 1,000 yards. But DeAndre Hopkins is going to cost a lot of money. And we know Jerry Jones ain't really trying to spend that kind of money. And DeAndre Hopkins is a number 1 receiver. I believe that CeeDee Lamb has solidified himself as a number 1 receiver. So are you going to really bring someone else in to challenge him for that number 1 slot? I don't think so. So I think D-Hop is off the table. Odell, the question is, how healthy will OBJ be? That is the unknown, Skip. We hadn't played in a year. There was some flirting going on, a lot of, I like you, texting, tweeting, hey, I like you, what you doing, but nothing ever materialized. If OBJ is healthy, yes, he can help the Cowboys. Being the second option, CeeDee Lamb continue to build upon what he did last year. I like what I saw. I had my questions. You know that, Skip. I ain't breaking news to anybody. What I saw from CD at the end is not what I saw at the beginning of the season. So I like what I see. I like where he's headed. The only question I got is OBJ healthy? If he's healthy, I believe he can help the Cowboys. If he's not healthy, then what, Skip? I mean, at some point in time, you can't keep having these injuries and coming back as you approach your I think he's 30. I think OBJ is 30 now, probably be 31 once the season starts.
Yeah.
If I'm the Cowboys, I would rather have D-Hop, but D-Hop's a number 1, a true number 1 receiver. You have a true number 1 receiver. CeeDee Lamb is about to get paid. You're not going to pay CeeDee Lamb and DeAndre Hopkins. So OBJ probably would be the best option for them. Jerry seems to have an infatuation with OBJ.
He does.
So here we are.
Here we are. All right, issue number 1, DeAndre Hopkins. So he's hanging out in Dallas in the offseason. He's on Des Bryant's podcast. Mm-hmm. And the quote is, "I keep hearing y'all say my name around here. What's up? Talk to me." DeAndre, I don't hear anybody saying your name. I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're trying to talk it up yourself. I think you're trying to speak it into existence, because who wouldn't want to play for our Dallas Cowboys? He's got 2 years left on his deal. He's still property of the Arizona Cardinals. He is going on age. He will play next year, D-Hop will, at age 31 while making $31 million. It's way richer than Jerry's salary cap blood at this point. Yeah. Is he still at sort of the tail end of his prime? Sure, he is.
Yeah.
Is he better than CD? I don't think so, but it's close. You could go back and forth all day. CD's much younger, obviously, and more explosive to me at this point than D-Hop is. So he can campaign all he wants. That ain't happening, because, Shannon, not only that, but you would have to then actually make a trade for him. So you would have to send draft picks to Arizona for DeAndre Hopkins. Well, what would it take? A 2 or a 3? I don't know. Probably
at least. At least.
Okay. Forget about it. But do not forget about Odell Beckham Jr., because to your final point, when Jerry gets infatuated, he stays infatuated. He has fallen in football love with having Odell as part of the Cowboy family. He loves what Odell is made of because he's born with charisma. He's got flair. He's got swagger to him that comes naturally. He is a social media giant, as you know. He is a playmaker of the highest order because he made the greatest catch in the history of football against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football long ago. What was that, 2013, in a game on a Sunday night at New York. We're watching it right now. The catch of catch on Brandon Yu's car in a game that the Giants actually lost to my Dallas Cowboys, fittingly. Okay. So at the end of the year, to your point, they're flirting back and forth. And I know what Jerry wanted. He wanted to bring the guy who'd been the catalyst and difference maker at the end of the year for the Rams winning a Super Bowl into the Cowboy locker room a month or so ahead of the playoff run that Jerry was hoping would be a Super Bowl run with a new catalyst of Odell. Well, the telltale was Odell wouldn't run for them. I'm not talking about running on a treadmill like he posts videos of. He would not go run football field routes. He would not cut
he wasn't
side
healthy.
to side. He was not ready.
Skip, he knew he wasn't healthy.
No.
So why go out there and embarrass myself and probably set myself further back?
Yeah.
Let's just hold tight. Let me have another complete offseason to heal this thing up. Okay, free agency is going to start next week, right, Skip? I think it starts next week.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so now if I need to.
Yes, now you need to go run for somebody. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Okay. But Jerry, when he decides, and he is bull in China shop and cannot be stopped. The sticking point here is obviously Odell thinks that he's worth at least $20 million a year. I don't see.
Hell no.
Well, I don't see that they have $20 million because they gave Gallup his money, and he was not ready to live up to the money last year coming off his ACL surgery.
Well, Skip, how the hell you going to have two $20 million receivers?
You can't.
Because you know damn well C.D. Lamb's going to want $25, $30 million.
Absolutely, $30. So you can start at $30.
And you got, Skip, you got Michael Gallup on the roster for $13, $14 million.
Do already. Yep. I got it. Okay, so Jerry is trying to sell Odell, and he met Odell's mom at the NFL Honors.
Honors.
Yeah. And he loves the family. And I get it. I got it. But he's now trying to sell Odell on taking that America's team discount, because I'm sure Jerry's whispering in Odell's ear, you were born to be a Dallas Cowboy. Well, I kept telling you that at the end of the year. I agree with that. I think he looked good in that metallic blue with that star on his helmet. I think he would rise and shine in Dallas. I think he would love the stage because it's like Hollywood, Texas. And he's played in Hollywood, California, and he should end his career as a Dallas Cowboy. The problem is they don't have no $20 million. It's not going to work. If you want that kind of money, you need to go be a gate attraction in a smaller market. I don't know. Somebody out there might give him that kind of money.
Are we sure that everybody is not going to want him to take that discount? Yeah. Are we sure that he can go somewhere else and get $20 million a year? It's hard for me to see a scenario, a guy coming off 2 ACL injuries in the last 2 seasons at 31 years of age, getting $20 million.
Yeah.
Teams are not going to want to tie that kind of money up because he's injury prone late in his career. Well, he's been injury prone in his career. He's had major injuries the last 2 to 3 years in his career. I don't see the money that what he's asking. I don't know if that money is out there, Skip.
No. Shannon, it's the same ACL twice in a row. It's hard, man. It's just it's hard to be you again. It's hard to be that guy again. Again, you talk about running backs depend on their legs. Well, so do wide receivers. Maybe not tight ends, but wide receivers depend on their legs. And he needs his burst back.
He does. But Skip, he broke his leg, his foot, his ankle.
He did.
He had the hernia surgery.
Yep.
So his body has been beat up the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And so that's the question. What does he still have juice left? We know he can catch the ball. We know he can run the route tree. How explosive I believe he needs to go somewhere, be the second option. But at the second options don't make $20 million.
No, I agree. But Shannon Sharp, I spent enough time around Jerry Jones to know that when he sets his sights on something or somebody, he gets it or gets him. And I just believe in my heart of hearts, somehow, some way, Odell will be a Dallas Cowboy next year.
and somehow, some way, you're going to be very upset. Like, I don't know why we signed him. He ain't doing that. I know it's coming. It's coming from you. Oh, you all hyped now. We go get OBJ, and he's a great Gator attraction. He's a social media icon, yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
But guess what? About 7-8 games into the season, I'm done. I've had it done. Get him out of my sight. Get him out.
Well, Odell might be thinking, I can't throw it to myself because it may come down to the quarterback throwing it to the wrong team on too many occasions.
Nope, you say you love Dak. You've been going to back. That's my guy. I liked it when I saw him at the Coliseum. You've been on Dak this 8 years now. Nah, I'm not letting you out. I'm not letting you off the bus. You're going to ride this bandwagon until Dak retires because that's your guy.
I no longer back Dak. I'm sorry.
No.
I no longer back Dak or middle of the pack Dak.
Hold on. That's the Cowboys. That's your team.
Shannon, I want Aaron Rodgers. Let's trade him straight up right here. We'll do it today. I'd do it today.
That might be a possibility.
Yeah, let's do it.
We will find out, gentlemen. Free agent negotiations begin Monday. Let the feeding frenzy start. All right. Is there now a 0% chance, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, Skip, that he goes back to the Packers? Let's discuss in just a moment.